Good rising, good rising. Well, it is April 9th, 2025, and I always say, so good to be alive. Yes, 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 let us get it. Gonna start the universal greeting this morning, uh, and let us get to it. We should probably add some more countries in there, but we're gonna get the roll call started. Yes, we are. Oh, can you tell when I'm stretching, by the way? Yeah, I'm stretching right now. Okay. Yes, I am. Beijing. Ni hao. Hello, Beijing. London. Hello. Top of the morning to you. Los Angeles. Hey. Paris. Bonjour. Lisbon. Hola. Hong Kong. Hello. Sweden. Hey. Toronto. Good day. Hey. Tokyo. Konnichiwa. Turkey. Merhaba. My name is Trudy Art. This is the Universe Wallet, Indexer, Explorer, Marketplace, and Inscribing, plus the leaderboard tracker for the dot swap trading and copy trading bot plus UI, all on bitcoinuniverse.io, unleashing Bitcoin's full potential, making the Universe Wallet your all in one solution to manage all your assets in one place. Think about it. This is the first wallet on top of Bitcoin that is doing the ambitious, yes, the very ambitious and needed bridging and unifying all of the protocols. Bitcoin is very, very divided. Oh, you didn't think I was going to bring this up, eh? Yeah, you thought I was going to go into the other little bit, but I'm going to tell you, yeah, this is called my truthiness. Thanks, DT. My truthiness. Okay, Bitcoin is very divided. And I believe that unifying Bitcoin, especially at such a time as this, what kind of time are we in? Oh, we're in a terrifying time. Yeah, it is very terrifying out there. My goodness, every day you wake up and it's like, OMG, what is going on there? Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on. We got a little bit of a trade war going on. That's right. We got a little bit of a trade war going on. It's escalating to epic, yeah, epic proportions here, people. So, division is not what we need, especially in Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin is hope. Absolutely, it's hope. So, that is why Bitcoin Universe is here. You thought you wouldn't get that, but you got some of that sauce this morning. That's right. You're going to get the sauce. Okay. You're going to get the sauce. Whether you're here or not, the sauce is happening. Sauce is happening. Okay. So, listen. Yeah. When I say listen, that means you got to come closer and actually listen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't care. I'm not your mom, but I'll do whatever I want. It's my voice. Now, your all in one solution. Yeah, it's how your all in one solution to manage all your assets in one place. Hey, you got full support, full support for atomicals. That's right, atomicals. I know that some of the other wallets sent out a little memo the other day, and Bitcoin Universe is there to say, hey, we got you. Doing the fist pump to the heart. We got you. We got you. Okay. BRC20s. Yeah. Doing the roll call. Dust 20. Tap. DMT. UNAT. Runes. LRC20. Lambda. SRC20. Stamp. And more. Hey, if I mention some of these during the roll call and you don't know what they are, that's okay. That's okay. But maybe you should consider, checking out, hey, what are atomicals? Okay. What are atomicals? Go check them out. Do some DYOR. Get familiar with it, even if you're not invested in that protocol. Even if there's nothing in your bag, it's probably a good idea. It's a good idea to check them out. Okay. If you don't, well, I think we all should know what BRC20s are. They kind of kick this whole thing off, right? Ordinals, all of that. If you don't know what TAP is, hey, it's built on top of BRC20s. Okay. If you don't know what DMT is or UNATs, maybe it's time to get out there and just do some research on it. This is the research time. Listen, when you're doing research, okay, you got to ask questions. But listen, before we get started, just a helpful reminder. Yeah, helpful reminder. This is not financial advice. I just said it. You got to do your own research. And research starts with questions. So I have 3 questions because part of the research includes you. Yeah, you. Do you have your water ready? Got my. Hang on here. Yeah, this is what I do. You come in as a speaker. You can stop me. If anybody's here, they can stop me because I'm on another page right now. But listen to this. That's right. That's right. I take my own suggestions here. I have water, and I'm going to be sipping on my water. I don't have a straw today, but that's okay. Do you have a blood pressure monitor? Mine's not plugged in right now, but I should get it plugged in. Take your blood pressure. Keep yourself healthy. And mirror check. Yep, got one right in front of me. What have you done for yourself lately? Peeps, think about doing something for yourself. And make sure that you consider yourself in all of your decisions. And you know what? Because listen, you can think what you want, but this ideal of putting yourself first is a perhaps an ideal worth looking into. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't help others, but yeah, maybe it's an and can you really help others if you are not in the best space? Okay, when it's in your power, yeah, to do some good, please go and do some good. Absolutely. So it's not like you don't help people if you put yourself first. Okay, so mirror check. Absolutely. Let me go out there and see who's out there because let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. I'm going to try to pull some people up here at some point, if there are any, to talk to me. Why not? It's a stamp day. Hello. It's a stamp day. So let's see who comes out here to stamp the champ. And let's see if we can get some stuff going on stamp. Stamp is pretty interesting right now. And I'll tell you why it is interesting in a moment. But I'm going to get some sauce on Bitcoin. Absolutely correct. Okay. Well, you know what? Yes, Bitcoin is at 78,421 and 52 cents. Woohoo! Absolutely. So up 2.81%. So let's see what it does. And just be ready because it can do anything. Hey, Hita Farm, do you mind unmuting yourself and let's just see if we can have a quick chit chat? It's a stamp day. If you got some stamp questions or some stamp alpha, that'd be pretty cool. So this is Hita Farm. Okay. Turn down your music, Hita Farm. Sounds like nice music, though. Sounds like really nice music. Okay.
Hello.
Hita Farm. If you're not
Yeah.
if you're not able to, can you speak right now? I hear some music and it sounds like really cool music, but I'm not able to quite hear you specifically. Heat a farm just guess because we're not able to hear the music. Heat a farm's like, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. Okay, so here's the thing. Folks, if you can like and retweet the space and see if you can get some of your followers in here, it just helps to have a fuller conversation about Bitcoin and everything stamp. We go for 1 hour minimum, that's for sure, 1 hour minimum, and then we'll extend out the space if needed. Absolutely. So let's see who comes on in here, but let's keep the conversation rolling because that's what I love to do is to keep the conversation rolling. So let's go out there in the big wide world here and let's see what is happening with Bitcoin specifically. Um, oh, okay. Who do we got here? Harry Kane?
Actually, my name is Ashik. My old Twitter accounts is gone suspended three last 4 to 5 days ago. That's why I cannot connected with you.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. What happened with your account? I'm just curious now.
somebody who is reported my account. That's why Twitter suspended my accounts. By the way, can we have some talk about promotion for you?
Can you explain? Can you clarify that question? I want to understand you. What are you asking for?
Actually, I am a promoter. That's why I messaged you in Discord, but but nobody reply me. That's why I joined your space and contact to you.
Okay, so the way that all of that stuff works is I am Trudy Art. I am the person that does the spaces, and I do not run the Discord. Okay, we have a team, of about say 20, and there are different people that run the Discord. I know that if you're in the Discord posting, and if they haven't gotten back to you as yet, they should do that. But as far as promotions, I don't believe that they're actively like soliciting anyone for promotions. So that's perhaps something that that they're just not soliciting for promotions right now. If you are being interactive with the universe, and if you're you know supporting it by liking, retweeting, getting involved, the more activity that the universe sees coming from your account, they sometimes will reach out and extend a thank you and maybe ask you if you would like to become an ambassador. But it's really dependent upon your engagement because they want organic engagement. They're really an organic type movement, and they want these tools and the whole experience to really be something that is going to help all of us as people that come here to love Bitcoin. So they're not directly soliciting anyone at this time.
Can I sorry? Can we have join in Telegram?
Can you join the Telegram?
Can I type in comment section my Telegram accounts?
Here on this space?
I can increasing your spaces member as many as you want. 100% authentic and organic.
Okay. Very cool that you're here and you're sharing this. I think what you're sharing is very cool. And what I'd like to say is that with Bitcoin Universe, it's not really about this solicitation that is happening at this time. If you are really excited about Bitcoin and if you want to bring people aboard, then by all means, please bring people aboard. But this particular space today, we're here to kind of be a community, talk about Stamp. Stamp is a protocol on Bitcoin, and we're just here to like share and connect with the community. So if you if you're interested in kind of following that format, that would be helpful. Because the solicitation right now is it's kind of a different vibe that you're giving me, and I'm trying to be positive, okay? But it's fun talking to you. Hey, do you have any Bitcoin?
I have an Shilling server on Discord where is 3,000 plus members are in the Shilling servers.
Oh boy, you're fun. You are so much fun. Okay. So, when did you discover Bitcoin?
I can't understand. Please say again.
When did you discover Bitcoin? You have Bitcoin? When did you discover Bitcoin?
Anytime now, anytime.
Pardon me?
Oh, I can. Can we join Telegram? That's it's better for me, man.
That would be a no thank you at this time, okay? No thank you at this time. Like you can join the Universe Telegram, but if you're asking me to join something, that would be a no at this time. I'm not sure what is going on here, but if you could just like perhaps pull back a little, that would be cool on on the solicitation of your Telegram, okay?
Good morning, Trudy Art. Good morning,
Hey.
Harry Kane and Hita Farm. How's everybody today?
Yeah, so what do you got to say about that?
Well, yeah, I know that I'm an ambassador for this, and let me tell you, I had to work really hard to do that. I've participated from nearly the beginning. Um, yeah, I'm totally thrilled with all of this. I do have some questions, which I have I will ask at some point. I just wanted to say good morning and, sidetrack the conversation a little bit.
Yeah, no, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep it going, and we're gonna hope that some more people find their way in here. Space is very thin, but we're gonna keep at it because that's how we do when we are
Yes.
hunting and looking to prosper and
And
look.
I am ready for Trudy Art to start spinning her wonderful tales and knowledge. And I'm ready to sit down and enjoy another space with you.
Oh, that is so great. That is so great. I absolutely appreciate that. That's fantastic. Thanks so much, Sadie Riggs, and even thank you, Harry Kane. Yeah, good for you. Hope you stick around and find out a little bit more on what's happening with the universe. Hey, I know it's a stamp day, but I gotta say, there's some really cool stuff happening within the universe right now. And have you seen what's happening with the leaderboard of elite traders? Yeah, a leaderboard of elite traders. So the universe has partnered with at DotSwap, and it's created a tracker for runes and the copy trading bot. Okay, so oh boy, I tippy toe in the words because I always say a word or two that is not quite the word that I should be saying. So let me just tippy toe in the words and share this with you. This is quite exciting, though. The volumes for runes trading through DotSwap is gaining momentum. Within the last 24, just over 24 hours, 7.351 BTC for this leaderboard. If you want to check this out, go to bitcoinuniverse.io and it's on the first page. It populates on the first page. You will see the total traders right now that are trading, the volume, the average profit of all of the traders. And then you'll get to see leaderboard, which there's a new leader address with WRP4 in profit, 22%, 22.74%, 89 trades to 89 trades that this particular wallet has done. And then if you press copy, you can actually jump into the @.swap copy trading bot. Yeah, with the participation here of the universe, you can jump into the .swap trading bot and copy the trades of the leaders. That's right. And you're gonna, if you're a novice or even intermediary, you're gonna probably want to consider what the professionals are doing, what the guys that have been in here that are entrenched within the whole Runes ecosystem are doing, because they're scalping. Yeah, they're scalping and they're scraping and they're sniping. And this might be the time to change up your strategy for the percentage of your portfolio that you give yourself to play a little bit. But if you're wanting to test this out, well, you can copy their trades. Pretty cool, pretty exciting for sure. Hey, listen, I thought of something really fun today. Okay, here's the fun thing. What people think when they hear your country's name. I got this from World Statistics because I like to scroll. Yeah, I like to scroll the X. I was going to call it Twitter, but the X. And I like to highlight some of the stuff I see because there's some interesting stuff out there. So this is from a user called World of Statistics at stats_feed. And they say what the people thinks, okay, when they hear your country's name. Okay. Anybody want to jump in here? What do you think people think of, or what do you think of when you think of the USA? The USA. Well, most people think of freedom, right? Statue of Liberty. Interesting. Germany, instantly, this is, I guess, from a consensus, people think of beer. People think of beer. Brazil, people think of carnival. India, spices. Yeah, spices. That's what they're saying. Okay, so they've kind of done like a whole survey of what people tend to think of. China, Great Wall. Italy, pizza, pasta. Okay. Hey, there's a reason why I'm doing this, because I'm going to tie this into Bitcoin and the protocols, and the protocol that we're going to be chit-chatting about today as people come in and out of the space. Okay. Japan, technology. Australia, kangaroos. Yeah. Canada, maple syrup. What about hockey? I think hockey. Mexico, tacos? How about tequila? Come on, people. Russia, vodka. Yeah, vodka. I think a cold, like cold weather. South Korea, K-pop. Switzerland, chocolate. Dang, I think of banks. Egypt, oh my God. What do you think of when somebody says Egypt? Come on, it's got to be pyramids, right? Pyramids. Greece, mythology, and Turkey, kebab. Interesting. As people float in and out of here, I'm going to be asking them, a new question that I'll be asking them is, hey, what do you think of when I say Bitcoin? What do you think of when I say the word BRC20, atomicals, dust 20, tap, DMT, UNAT, runes, LRC20, lambda, SRC20, stamp? Because instantly, when I say, okay, because we're in stamp today, when I think of stamp, I think of immutability. Yeah, immutability. I think of the immutability of stamp and Bitcoin, because stamp is tied to, in the UTXO, to Bitcoin. And stamp is gaining a lot of traction. Okay, I'll tell you, if we're looking specifically, at SRC20 stamp, which is the one of the earlier tokens that was supported by the community and still is today, because many of you know the story of stamp. The story of stamp is that stamp is actually a backronym created by at Mike in Space, stands for secure, transferable artifacts maintained permanently. And Mike in Space, being an artist, wanted to create a way to have his art and everyone's art securitized to Bitcoin in the event that there was any potential of pruning of these uh, creativity that's happening on top of Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is a pretty big network, and in that network, there's folks that, especially the miners, and some will say the maxis, they have a big say in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, I mentioned earlier, is divided because many of us, as we come into Bitcoin, we come in for different reasons, and then we start to align with the folks that can connect with the reason why we came in. So Bitcoin, in a way, is a mirror of the globe right now. Yeah, it's a mirror of the globe right now, and these different protocols are like different countries, right? So Bitcoin is the earth in a sense, and then as these protocols start to take shape, they're different countries. So I would be interested, like who's the USA in the protocols? Who's China in the protocols? Maybe we won't go that far, okay? But um, people do get divided. Yeah, they do get divided, and they're certainly divided in Bitcoin. I will even tell you that if you sometimes support one community and you support another community, it can get a little rough out there, people. And that's why Bitcoin Unified is doing this really ambitious task of trying to bring everyone together. And really, you get to choose how you participate. So some of the ambitious things that the universe, specifically Bitcoin Unified, has accomplished, some of the wonderful things that they've accomplished is they've created indexers, not for just one, but for many of these different protocols that we've talked about today. Okay. Let me see. I'm getting a little bit of a message here. Okay, yeah, nothing for me specific. Nothing for me specific, but
Can I interrupt for just a moment?
yeah.
Go check the price of Bitcoin. It has shot up. It's over 80,000.
What? Why?
Yes.
Okay, let me see why. What's going on? Oh my God, I'm talking and things are happening. Woo! Woohoo! It's like, oh my gosh, we're celebrating. Okay, how do you celebrate in your country? What are the noises that you make? In North America, it's like, woohoo! Why woohoo? Let me go and look. Let me take a look. Thank you for jumping in there, Zadie. Oh my gosh. Let's see what it's doing. Bitcoin. What the heck? Bitcoin's going up. Come on. What? Turned down for what? It's turning up. It's turning up. Hey, give us. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool. I'm loving that. Wow. Okay, we're shooting up here, people. We're at 80,000. We're about to do a rocket. Oh yeah, that is pretty awesome. This is gonna sound interesting when I play this back today. Let me tell you. Okay, let's find out what's happening. Who's saying what? Who's saying what out there? That's, let me tell you. Okay, so we got some good headlines, do we? What are the headlines now? Notice that, people? Headlines. What are the headlines coming out here? Jack Dorsey says Bitcoin, okay, will fall if it's just a store of value. Michael Saylor, what's he saying? Couldn't disagree more. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Maybe tackle that tomorrow. I'll tackle that tomorrow. A few minutes after, okay. Let's try to figure out what's happening. Somebody jump in here. And let's try to get some more people in this space so we can just have a little chit chat on Stamp. Hey, if Bitcoin is going up, we're all going to benefit from this, okay?
Madam, now can I say something about my promotions?
Oh boy, what do you want to say? Go ahead. Go ahead and say something.
Thank you for you give me opportunities, madam. Thank you. Actually, I am a promoter. I can provide organic engagement in Twitter, Discord, Telegram, YouTube, anything else. If you are looking process to via increase engagement in profile tweets or anywhere else, I can do that all. I obtain a community expert. I obtain a community experience people who are skilled in this. I already promotion and a lot of projects and obtain a Discord server with 3K plus members, and here I do my professional activities, my subordinates.
May I interrupt, please?
Sorry?
I want to interrupt you, Harry Kane.
Yes, yeah,
Number
sure.
one, it sounds like you're reading from a script, and the best way to promote would be with passion, where you simply don't need a script. It is in your heart, and you're able to speak it. Number two, Trudy Art has already told you that we aren't interested in promotion. We promote ourselves. We're from the inside out. We promote from our heart, and we're all involved with this universe wallet. So, in my opinion, I think you're wasting your time and our time because I didn't come to this to listen to somebody reading from a piece of paper. That's just my opinion. I will mute out now and I'll leave it to Trudy Art.
No, no, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Actually, my English is so bad. That's why I'll write in this, then I speak you.
Thank you, Harry Kane. Appreciate you and appreciate Sadie because those are real words and they should be considered in the brain computer. Hey, you know something? As we speak, we are getting information about one another. And hey, I'm a different thinker. My name is Trudy Art, as you know, and I'm here to rep the universe and create a space where we can actually come together and talk about why we love Bitcoin and celebrate the different protocols on top of Bitcoin. And today is the Stamp with Attitude Day. And I will say this as we use words, those words are then tied to you. How? They're tied to you because that is how people start to see you. And your pattern of words becomes your identity. So, from the engagement of Sadie Riggs and Harry Kane, I can tell you Sadie Riggs is a passionate individual. Sadie Riggs is about organic, being real, and tells me a little bit about her that she's here because she really is concerned about her life, her future, and what Bitcoin can do for her. And that's just from the words, okay? So from Harry Kane, whom I don't know, this is the first time here. Harry Kane is very laser focused on wanting to present his message, regardless of if others want to receive it. And so perhaps you can maybe do a takeaway from that. If you are just wanting to put words out there without communication, and communication means that the other side has to understand and be open to receiving, then it is going to be very challenging. Okay. Because regardless of what we've been told, we're now seeing a world today where people are starting to back away from people that just come out and they're polished and they have scripts. Nobody wants that. They really don't. They want people to be a little bit more organic and share some truth because people are hunting for answers. And so if you're ever wanting someone to understand your point of view or actually, come alongside you and support you, well, you're going to need to figure out what's important to them also, and you're going to need to start asking questions. So if you're trying to get somebody to get on your plan, then you got to ask some questions too, so we can see that you're interested here. That's why I'm always asking some the questions, like how'd you get started in Bitcoin? And I asked the 3 questions at the beginning of the show. So coming in here and just telling us this is what I can do for you. How do you know that we even need what you are suggesting that is needed? And then if we share what we need and then you still ignore it, how do you continue to come back with the same response and think that you're going to have a different result? Okay, so I got off topic a little bit, but that's something that we have to consider. The words that we use are so important. Absolutely. Bye bye, Harry. Okay, hey, oh God, Becky, she jumped out there. She jumped out. Let's take a look back at Bitcoin and let's see where we're going with it. We're going, oh my God, 81,000. Woo! Oh,
Universe madam and
my name is
Sadi Wings
Trudy
madam.
Art. Trudy Art. Madam, do you know what a madam is?
Actually, you are lady. That's why I was call you madam.
Ooh, madam. Madam has a lot of meanings. Oh my God. Madams have a lot of meanings. Do you want to know what a madam is?
I messaged you. Can you please check my message in Twitter?
Can I give you a suggestion? Would you be open to a suggestion?
Sorry,
Would you be open to a suggestion?
I can't proper understand your.
Okay, see, you can't understand me and I can't understand you. What can't I understand about you? I can't understand why you are so interested in yourself that you have not understood that a part of communication is to actually ask questions to find out what the other person is interested. At the beginning of the show, I said mirror check. Mirror check doesn't mean that you don't extend out your consciousness to other people. Okay. When it's in your power to do good, you do good. Okay. So is it good for you to just continue to come and just ask about something that is now it's getting different. It's creating a different vibration and a different energy. Would you be okay to just like pull back a little bit? And why can't you understand the words that I'm asking you? Like I can understand you. I literally as you speak, I fully can understand you because I'm uniquely interested in what you have to say and I have shared but when I share
I just
stuff with you,
messaged you.
hold
Please.
on. Hold on. I am being kind to you, okay? Why am I being kind? Because you deserve kindness. I have literally shared to you a message which you refuse to receive. Why do you refuse to receive this message? Why? Do you understand that what you're doing today is why these countries cannot connect? This is why people go out in the streets and picket because there's a refusal to understand each other. Like we're trying to have a space here today, which is about Stamp the Protocol. You shared with me your desire to want to promote. And I would say at this point, that would be something that is probably not going to be received well based on your pattern of words. Like, why can't you understand what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Harry Kane. I really appreciate you, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, are you understanding anything that is being said? And why can't you ask a question about um anything that I'm saying so that you can understand it? Okay. Bitcoin is shooting up right now, and we're at 81,289.19. This is pretty cool. So let's try to figure out why this is going up, and let's try to figure out how this is relating over to Stamp here. And we're going to keep going at it, and then hope we get some more folks into the mix of things so that we can continue the conversation. I always have an angle that I like to go with every day. And the angle was that I started with was this word association. And then I went through some countries and the words that we associate with these countries. And then I wanted to kind of tie it into Bitcoin and the words that we associate with Bitcoin. And I specifically talked about stamp. And the word that many, I believe, will associate with stamp is security and immutability, and how that is an exciting part of why stamp is going to be a protocol that really catches on in the future, because immutability is going to be quite important, especially if you're interested in storing data, and not just storing data anywhere, but storing it on top of the mother chain, the God chain, as they say, storing data on top of Bitcoin itself. So I think that's going to be really important and very exciting. Hey, low 90, do you want to unmute yourself, and we'll get in a little bit of discussion here, and I'll see how you're doing. Come on in here. Okay, yeah, so for the future, low 90, if you want to come in here, just stop me, but I'm going to just continue on with the whole thought process here, stamp. Yeah, so stamp being immutable, going to be really important, because data storage is heck of important. Just think of storage in your own life, okay? Especially storing of records. When you store things, and depending on what you're storing, there's many different ways. Okay, there's many different ways that you want to look at storing things here. Okay, here we interrupt here for a quick second. I think we have some breaking news. Hang on a second. I think we may have some breaking news here. Oh, okay, perfect. I got some information in the back about some things here. So that's great. That's great. Okay. Okay, DT is supposed to come out with an announcement. Announcement in 30 minutes. That's what we're hearing. Oh my God. Okay, there stuff is happening live here. Breaking here. President Trump issues a 90-day pause on tariffs and substantially lowered reciprocal tariffs during the period of the 10%, except for China. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is WrestleMania. This is WrestleMania. We got Stone Cold DT and against China. I'll just say that. Okay. The president has raised tariffs for China 125% effective immediately. I don't think he's going to blink. I don't think he's going to blink. So here's what is being said. This is allegedly, okay, because I got to confirm this, from @real Donald Trump. Based on the lack of respect, this is DT's, this is his quote. Okay, I got to make this clear. These words belong to him, okay, not me. Based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets, I'm hereby raising the tariff charged to China by the United States of America to 125%, effective immediately. At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the USA, that's what DT says, and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable. Conversely, and based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called representatives of the United States, including the Departments of Commerce, Treasury, and the USTR, to negotiate a solution to the subjects being discussed relative to trade barriers, tariffs, currency manipulation, and non monetary tariffs, and that these countries have not, at my strong suggestion, retaliated in any way, shape, or form against the United States. I have authorized, oh my goodness, a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%, also effective immediately. OMG, do you see what he just did? Do you see what he just did? Oh boy. Okay, there's going to be analysis. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be analysis. They're queuing them up on CNBC. They're queuing them up on everywhere. Of is this what Trump is used to doing? The art of the deal. Okay, was this whole thing, this entire time, meant to be a strategy where they basically would square off with China? I have no idea, but now everybody else is on the sidelines. Okay, so what does that mean? Everybody else is breathing a sigh of relief. Okay, Canada, everywhere, bring a sigh of relief because they've got a 90-day pause, and I guess in the back rooms of all of these different governments and trade partners, they can get some time to recalculate. That's the word I'll use, recalculate, and come back to the bargaining table. But we have a showdown that is happening with China. OMG. And we're probably about to see China make an announcement here pretty soon. I know they did earlier this morning. And I believe I'll have to get the data because I do not want to misrepresent anything at this time. We've got to be very, very careful here. Oh my goodness, this is affecting us big time. But in the meantime, Bitcoin has decided to shoot off like a rocket. Listen, if you had plans, change them. Change them because you're not going to be able to keep up with this market. That's why you have to have a rule set for no matter who's in charge, no matter what the terms are of any particular arrangement, because DT has just shown us that if you don't have a plan that's going to be for all outcomes, then OMG. Yeah, OMG. Bitcoin is up 6.6% right now, up 5,000. We're moving to 81,000. People, I think Arthur Hayes may be correct here. Now Arthur Hayes, he's the BitMEX CEO who Trump pardoned, by the way. Trump pardoned him. You can look that up. And I'm not going to get into Arthur stuff, but he's a big name in the space. And he had said that if Bitcoin could hold about the $76,000 support line, which it did not, that Bitcoin would immediately shoot up past 100K, moving towards the 200K mark. So what's going to happen here? Oh my goodness. What is going to happen here? Let's see. There's got to be. What is going to happen here today? Talk about like live excitement here. Okay, let me get an idea of what's going on within this space here. Okay. Whew. What a turnaround, eh? What a turnaround. You know what? This is happening so fast that the headlines are now like the headlines are so outdated now. Okay, but here's what I wanted to share with you. This morning, in fact, China raised retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. to 84%, obviously leading to more global chaos. That was a headline from this morning. And I'm taking this one. Hey, this is from the CBC. They're Canadian, the CBC. And here's what they said: the US stock market is shaking in another twitchy day of trading. Well, things are about to turn around after most other markets tumbled Wednesday as DT's trade war keeps escalating. That's what, listen, I said it yesterday. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never got your money when you're sitting at that table there, but time enough to count when the deal is done. My goodness. So yeah, S&P was down, and then China, bam, China came out with this 84% retaliatory tariffs on the US, and I think that's what might have sent DT over the edge and why he has announced this quick turnaround. Wow, that is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting indeed. Okay, well, let's get back at it. This is all the more reason, people, that you have to stay engaged, and you've got to really focus on your mirror, because what do you do now, right? What do you do now that this is the big turnaround? Let's actually jump into the stamp talk for a second here. Okay, I'm going to go to stamp and see if there's any movement on it, like the actual token stamp. And by the way, I had been yesterday. I saw a couple of interesting posts that were done on the CT timeline, and I reached out to NSI Directory. They're the project that they curate all of the stamp art, and they make the directory, and then they have a governing body that they call scientists that will vote on who gets into the index and so forth. So I had said to them, hey guys, what if we could pay for our stamp art in stamp, with stamp? And they commented on that and said, hey, maybe the universe and maybe Universal would look into that. And you know what? Bitcoin Unified says if there is enough liquidity, why not? Swaps depend only on liquidity pools. So could there be a day where your SRC20 stamp token could actually be used to buy stamp art? That would be interesting. That would be a utility for stamp token. And that would almost make sense. Stamp token used to buy stamp art. Okay. Yeah, big spike right now for SRC20. If you have SRC20 in your bag, it's right now up 13.1%. Everything is moving like a bullet up, and SRC20 token included. This particular token is actually on KuCoin, and this particular token, yeah, so KuCoin is one of the major exchanges that you can actually trade SRC20 tokens, or there's a couple dexes. There's OpenStamp.io, and then there is StampScan.xyz, and coming soon, yeah, it's coming soon. The universe is going to introduce Stamp Pump Fun. Stamp Pump Fun. They have been teasing about that, and they're working on that in the background. And I really think that this is the time to level up. How do you level up? Well, remember those ice stamps that I haven't talked about for a while? They might be coming back. And how? Well, if yeah, and it's always an if Bitcoin is going to continue to move up, and we've got this pause for the next 90 days, this might be a sprint now, people. We might be moving into a sprint. So things are going to start picking up. The universe has promised, absolutely, I will say that, they promised a marketplace, which They completed everything on their side, but they were waiting for the APIs from the stamp side of things. And the APIs, it will take some time, I gather, to get those. So they're just in the waiting game. So in the interim, they have looked at uh, Odin.fun and some of the things that they're doing over there and looking at how they could bring that over to Stamp specifically. Okay. So, how they can bring that over to Stamp specifically is they can actually take some of what Odin Fun is doing and they can apply it to Stamp. So, what does that mean? Okay. First of all, let me just give it some context so that you understand. Okay. Main issue right now with trading stamp tokens is it's done the traditional way. On Bitcoin, it's not lightning fast. As you know, when you buy anything on Bitcoin, you've got to wait for the transaction to go through the mempool, and you've got to wait for the miners to, you know, verify the transaction and take their fees, etc. And then there's all the stuff with the UTXOs, yada yada. Okay. Well, many people in crypto like lightning fast trades, and they were used to all of that on the centralized um, chains such as Solana and ETH, and so many developers were wanting to bring that to Bitcoin. A lot of tries later, a lot of tries later, Odin Odin Fun has kind of gotten the secret sauce to that. And so, because they've gotten the secret sauce to that, then they have given the rest of the protocols some opportunity to jump in there. And the universe being as ambitious as they are, as they wait for the APIs for the marketplace, they're looking at, okay, here's something that we can do to bring the speed of light to Stamp. And so they're still working on this Stamp Pump Fun in the background. And what will that mean? Okay. What you're going to be able to trade Stamp tokens at lightning fast speeds. Lightning fast speeds. Okay. So here's how they will do that for some of you that want the technical part of that. Okay. Uh, they're bonded on counterparty, non-bonded on ICP. Okay, just like Odin Fund. So it's ICP and counterparty. So counterparty is the same as Open Stamp. What they do is they can add. So they can add to UTXOs later. So meaning after the trading, you can add the UTXOs later when you want the tokens to be immutable. So you're using ICP for its lightning fast railways, okay? And then for the immutability part, you can add the UTXOs later. And so that's why it's on ICP, it's non-bonded on ICP, and then bonded on counterparty. So this is very interesting, okay? So the trading is ICP and the storing is counterparty because trading needs to be blazing fast. Then users can store their assets attaching to Bitcoin UTXOs. Okay. The universe thinks that this will be a perfect secret sauce that will give some life and much needed liquidity to the Stamp space, because that's what we're missing in Stamp. I'm gonna go right down into the secret sauce of Stamp here. Okay. Okay, so the underlying protocol. Assets are traded on ICP before they're bonded. After they're bonded, yes. Okay, we've mentioned that they can be traded on counterparty. And also what they're going to do is they're going to be doing a Telegram bot and a copy trading bot for SRC20 at the same time. So there will be a Telegram bot and a copy trading for SRC20 at the same time. And I had asked a question because, you know, I have the opportunity to talk to the devs. I had asked a question about, okay, what about the existing tokens right now that are on OpenStamp? So some of the existing ones obviously are brand ambassador stamp and Kevin, the first mint token. How do we get these to jump into the whole fun on Stamp Pump Fun? And this is the reply I got. We will implement this later because it needs liquidity for trading. So once they can get some liquidity in there, then the current tokens can be merged over into this new platform. Okay, so for the Telegram bot, no liquidity is needed, only for the pools on the marketplace website. Hey, if you don't fully understand some of the things I'm saying, see, in Bitcoin, there's a language that obviously we still need to learn. So some of the people are going to be very in tune with what I'm saying, and it's going to sound choppy to some of you. But I will try to. My brain computer is kind of working in two ways right now. I'm just trying to get you some of the technical stuff, and then I'll just, for anybody that ever tunes in that is just brand new to Bitcoin, I'll break it down in that language too. Okay. So yeah, so I'm having this conversation with you, and it's like, what conversation are we having? We're talking about some potential here for stamps specifically and what is coming, because remember, the universe promised us a marketplace. Yeah, me, I'm in there too. Okay. And they're keeping their promises. Why? Because they have built out the marketplace and they're just waiting for the APIs. That has to come from the OG stamp team. And the OG stamp team has basically indicated that it does take some time to get that. So as ambitious and as excited as the universe is to try to get this out to you, they do have a bit of a roadblock. So they're looking at other avenues, because I gotta say, when these guys say they're going to do something, they do it. Okay. And what started this whole conversation off was, I mentioned iStamps. So I'm coming back to that. Okay. I am coming back to that. So I'm just telling you that we're building here the excitement of what is about to come, which is a stamp pump fund, a stamp pump fund model where we're going to be able to trade our tokens at lightning speeds. And as Bitcoin continues to go up, more and more people are going to come back in. That's how we do as people. We leave when things aren't good, and then we come back when they're good. Okay. So we're launching so this is from the universe now. We're launching the Telegram bot plus the dashboard. That will happen for the stamp pump fund. So that's kind of cool. So people love metrics. So we'll be able to see the metrics in real time, like what's happening, what tokens are, what tokens are being created, what tokens are being bonded, all of that. So we're going to be able to interact. I think people like live interaction. They like to see what's going on in real time. So we're going to have real time metrics. Okay. And then that will help us to kind of jump into the game. Okay, so that's coming. Okay, that's coming, and that's coming sooner than we think. Because we've seen a couple of demos in the back rooms, in the back chats, and there's been a teaser on the timeline, the universe timeline. So you'll see that teaser. It shows a nice little video, and the video will show you clearly that there's a tab for 6 hour. What's the rate of return in the last 6 hours for this specific token? Last 24 hours. What's the volume, the number of transactions, the number that have ascended, and then it will tell you if the token has been bonded. What does it mean to be bonded? Well, that allows us to start trading the token. Okay, so let me get into that language. How exciting. I'm trying to jump back and forth. I'm kind of looking at some of the stuff that's happening with the tariffs. I'm like, oh my God, where do I go? This is like so freaking exciting. But I'm talking about stamps. So let me just calm it down right now. If anybody wants to jump in, come here and jump in. Okay, so here we go. Bonded means the token has acquired enough liquidity to be deployed on L1 and traded without constraints. All .fund websites use this system to distinguish from spam tokens and tokens that people are really interested in. That is a specific quote directly coming from the team in the back rooms, in the back chats. Okay, so bonded means the tokens have acquired enough liquidity to be deployed on L1 and traded without constraints. All .fund websites use this system to distinguish from spam tokens and tokens that people are really interested in. For example, on Odin, tokens are ascended bonded at 0.21 BTC. They're looking at actually having tokens bonded at 0.01 BTC, which is obviously quite lower. So liquidity is the only factor that makes tokens tradable. That's it. Okay. Otherwise, they're digital artifacts. So I think people are waiting for liquidity to come in, and I know that this has been a real challenge, specifically for the stamp community. I can't speak for everyone, but I'm just kind of putting the information together that some are quite challenged because of the lack of liquidity. Now I'm going to jump to the iStamps. Okay. iStamp holders are going to be able to earn 50% of monthly marketplace revenue. 50% of monthly marketplace revenue from stamps, anything stamp related. You can do that with iStamps. So if you have 10 iStamps, I haven't mentioned them for a while because we were still waiting for the marketplace. But as this stamp pump fund comes in, this is going to be an exciting time for iStamp holders because they'll be able to get marketplace fees from the art. And the art sales are just trickling in. Yeah, it's a trickle right now. It's a trickle right now. And what happens when the art sales start to really pick up? Okay, so with the stamps fund pump fund model about to get here, and then coupled with the art, then we should see some excitement coming into the space because what the thing that holds stamp back right now is this desire to want to be listed on Binance. This is an opinion now. This desire to want to be listed on Binance, which I do believe Binance has a serious interest in stamp, but many of the community in stamp are really focused in and honed in on this listing. And it seems like they're waiting and believing that this will be the big opportunity. And certainly because Binance has massive, massive eyeballs and attention that it gives to any of the coins that they pick up on for listing and so forth. And I think there's still more opportunity outside of Binance. So it would be interesting, what the community was thinking in regards to maybe getting some other liquidity providers in here, like this stamp pump fund model. I think that's something to get excited about and something that can be focused on and something that can be kind of, people, if they've got more questions, they should ask more questions about it and get ready for it. Get ready for it. I don't think Binance is the only way forward for Stamp. Stamp has so much opportunity. And I mentioned earlier that I even asked, what if we could use our Stamp to buy art? Right now, the only way to buy art is to have Bitcoin. But for some of us, there are hodlers of stamp, okay? And they're not going to want to use their stamp to maybe buy the art, but maybe some of us would. It gives stamp the token another utility, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, very cool. Hey, let's look around here and let's see what's going on the timeline here right now, because now the excitement is about the pausing of the tariffs. And let's see where Bitcoin is at right now. Okay, so yeah, moving up nicely. 81,950.86. Very good. Very, very good. This is going to produce some serious catalysts and movement. Boy, do not mess with DT, I tell you. Do not mess with DT. Oh my God. Tomorrow, we tomorrow's show I do on the current events, and I bring in GameStop, and I'm gonna have fun in tomorrow's show, bringing this into weaving this into a conversation about how GameStop is probably now ready to blast off because of this. So this is going to be really exciting. So if you've been stacking your bags, good for you, because that's why you should stack regardless of the news, because when it changes this quickly, like, aren't you wishing you had a time machine? If you didn't pick up some stuff that you wanted to pick up, you're probably wishing that you had a bit of a time machine, because where do we go next? Like, what if we're at 90 by the end of the day? Okay. What if we're at 90 by the end of the day? And you know what I should do?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I just have an answer for that. Where do you think we're going to go? We're going to go just up and up some more. And if you look at GameStop, we just crossed the $25 per mark on its way up as well. We are there. We're going.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is exciting. And you know what? We always have to be okay, what is the word here? We don't want irrational exuberance because, as we know, DT in particular, he can make a lot of moves. And so with those moves, the market will react either up or down. But overall, I agree with your sentiment. I just always remain cautious. And I have a rule set that no matter what happens, no matter what news comes out, I have a plan, and I'm going to stick to that plan. And a part of my plan is to stack sats and prosper, regardless of what, regardless of the interest rates, regardless of the tariffs, regardless of the sentiment. Because at the end of the day, this particular game is about shaking out and weeding out the believers from the non-believers. And unfortunately, there's a ton of deception in between the game. And, kudos to those that they call diamond handers, because I think in the end, the diamond handers are going to celebrate. The diamond handers are going to rejoice because they did not bleepin' leave.
That's right. Bitcoin just passed 82.
Oh my God. See, we've orange pill Sadie. Sadie is keeping up with the price of Bitcoin. Oh my God. Let's check it out. Oh, 82,251.22. Who is ready for this? I told you, this DT guy, and I'm going to bring it up tomorrow. This guy is into the drama of it all. I am not playing with you. I don't know him because I have never had a conversation with him. But what I specifically do, true to art, is recognize patterns. And I recognize within that particular individual a pattern for drama, a pattern for theater. And when you're a business person, sometimes you have to be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. And that means sometimes he's the good cop, bad cop, and all the cops. Okay. And sometimes it means, look, and notice when he's like, he like his words, he'll say a set of words, but then his actions don't really match the words. I mean, that's not a good thing, but it's a part of the strategy. He'll be like, "Oh yes, I really love this country. They're nice. Yeah, no, and I am kind. And then the next statement will be, "That's why they're only getting 82% tariffs." That's not kind. Okay, but he knows the power of words. And I will say this. Okay, now you people are going to get me a little bit off on a different tangent. Does anybody know about let me just get this right first. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Okay. Does anybody know about Norman Vincent Peale? Norman Vincent Peale. Anybody know this guy? Patterns, people. Patterns. Okay, I'm going to tell you who Norman Vincent Peale. You can just give me an emoji. Let me just look and see. Do you know? Does anybody know who Norman Vincent Peale is? Okay, let me tell you. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole. If you're here, you're getting a rabbit hole right now. Okay, Norman Vincent Peale was an American Protestant clergyman and an author of the best known popularizing the concept of positive thinking, especially through the best-selling book, The Power of Positive Thinking. Yes, so Norman Vincent Peale, he was a clergyman, and he also wrote this book, The Power of Positive Thinking, and he believes in the power of intense belief. Guess who is a student of Mr. Peale's work? Yes, DT. DT, if you do any research on DT, you will know that he is a student somewhat of Norman Vincent Peale, and he has used many of the patterns or many of the suggestions that are given by this author in the book, because he goes into the deep psychology of positive thinking. Okay. So some of the things that Mr. Peale, and he ties it into religion, by the way, he ties it into religion. So some call him the father of positive thinking. Some have said about him, okay, the father of positive thinking and one of the most widely read inspirational writers of all time, shares his famous formula of faith and optimism, which millions of people have taken as their own simple and effective philosophy of living. Well, Trump is a student of this type of approach, this scientific approach to how he does stuff. Because if you look at a lot of the things that DT does, it's unsettling to a lot of people, and yet he does them, and in a way where the perception of it is not the reality of it. When he's using words, watch his pattern of words. He will say something and it might sound like it's unfavorable, and then he'll follow that up with something nice at the end. So he might use a term that doesn't seem fun, and then he pads it with a positive word at the end. That's the rabbit hole. Yeah, that's the rabbit hole. He's not playing. Okay, I know there are people that hate to hear this, but he ain't playing checkers. He's not playing checkers. He is playing deep, deep, deep chess within the brain computer. You can't find this man. Nobody's going to find him. He's gone. He has left the planet of the other people's patterns of words. Okay? He doesn't speak his pattern. His speech pattern is not like everybody else. Look at all of the other politicians that have come before him. They do not speak like him. He speaks in a way where you can never catch him in anything he says. And let that roll around in your mind for a bit. You're probably wondering, what are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale, who Trump subscribes to. He subscribes to all of that. In fact, I believe that I'll have to fact check me on this, but I believe that Trump has obviously met Mr. Peale, who is no longer with us, left in December 24, 1993. But I believe that Trump visited, was a like a member, because he was a clergy person, was a member of his, could have been a member of his organization. Let's just put it that way. Okay. And if you're in the self-help space, many people will know about Norman Vincent Peale, and they live by what this man says. And Trump is one of those. Fact check me on that. Fact check me on that. And if you dive into that, then you will start to understand more of how Trump does it. And why I'm mentioning that, because this shows you a little bit of Trump's sauce. Oh my God, this there's so much going on right now. Oh my God. Just did, people. On another note, okay, I have to jump from that. Get ready, because everything is going to start to go up now. Magic Eden. Yeah, you know who those guys are. They just acquired Slingshot Crypto, 8 million plus tokens, every chain, Bitcoin soon, no bridge, no sex. This is another major step towards our vision of providing the best platform to trade all assets on all chains. Oh my goodness. Okay, so in the back rooms, in the back chats, they're telling us this is going to be huge for Runes. And I did mention, you know what, Bitcoin universe is going to end up being a hero in all of this. They're going to end up being a hero in all of this. I mentioned that the universe partnered with @.swap, and they've created a leaderboard for tracking, for all the trades within the Runes space. And I can tell you that as of this minute, within, I would say, the last 24 hours, let's just say 7.386 BTC has traded in Runes through .swap. Okay. And the Bitcoin universe created this tracking system so that we can kind of follow the volume of the trades, and so that we can see the top traders within the Rune space, because that Magic Eden news is actually going to bring more eyeballs into the Rune space. Okay. And we get to see the top, the top wallets and what they're doing and all of that. Runes is gonna Runes is gonna pop off in a big way. So I know this is supposed to be a stamp space, but here's something that you may want to do. You may want to head over to bitcoinuniverse.io, click inscribe, and go and take a look at Rune Zero. Okay, go and take a look at Rune Zero. After you click inscribe, go down to universe and you see Rune Zero there. Boom. You may want to inscribe a Rune Zero so that you can start using that to mint runes. OMG, holy crap, there's so much happening. Okay, I want to go for 15 more minutes here. See if anybody else jumps in here. Wow, what a big day. Let me tell you, how incredible. What a big day. Amazing. Amazing. And this is why we really have to come together within the Bitcoin ecosystem. There's so much opportunity, but it's a tough go. Why? Because we're kind of entrenched in our protocols. So if you're digging, DMT, you may not be jumping over to bitmaps. If you're digging SRC20, you may miss out on some wonderful stuff that's happening in ordinals. If you're really digging BRC20, maybe you're not jiving with runes, which it kind of doesn't make sense, but some of that sentiment is out there. And I would say now is not the time to be cutting port protocols out of your bags. I would say if it's on Bitcoin, you 100% should be checking it out. You 100% should be checking it out, because That's where the returns are going to be made so that you can actually change your bloodline, people. Absolutely, so that you can change your bloodline. And I would say this for those folks that are out there and they haven't jumped into stamp SRC20, um, massive opportunity here still. Massive opportunity here still. Massive opportunity to pick up art, massive opportunity to pick up tokens. And there's an incredible opportunity to reach out to some of these to some of the artists within the space and maybe ask them questions about their art, get some more information, because I think that having stamp art is going to prove to be a really good thing as Bitcoin space picks up. And there's going to be tons of changes like we see here today within minutes. Within minutes, Bitcoin moving up just because of one proclamation here. Oh my God! Now it's at 82,816. Oh my God! Oh, everybody's rethinking their life right now. This is quite interesting. Oh my God! Everybody is rethinking their life. Yeah, no. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so the White House just said many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. Oh, I listen. I have pegged this guy so well. The art of the deal. President Trump clearly knew what he was doing. Who bought the dip? Yeah, okay. I know there's going to be pushback. There's going to be pushback, and the pushback will be, he didn't know that he had to capitulate this and that. Listen, go and study this man. Go and study this man. And I'm not saying that I support all the policies and any of that. Okay. Um, I don't think anyone should assume that. I don't think you should assume that I support the other party as well. Because the only party that I support is the one in the mirror. And my the way that I run my um, you know, country, which is myself, is that I have to govern myself accordingly based on, because I have no control over others. I only have control over myself. So based on the information that's coming in, I have to govern myself accordingly. So I try to learn about the people around me that have influence on others, because words are how you actually get people to carry out what your belief systems are. Okay. Like I said, if you say United States of America, people think of liberty. Yeah, literally, if you say the United States of America, people think of liberty. So, based on words that are thrown out there, people will act upon those words. If you say tariff, everybody jumps into a corner and backs it up. And because of the tariffs, everybody got terrified. But the White House has just said, many of you, yeah, clearly in the media, do not understand the art of the deal. And it looks like the tariffs were a part of the art of the deal. Okay. And maybe the whole thing was to negotiate with China. And he brought everybody else in there. And I'm not saying that this is good or bad. I'm just saying, peeps, oh boy, govern yourself accordingly. Govern yourself accordingly, because no matter what happened, who expected Bitcoin right now? Who expected Bitcoin to jump off like this? Okay, not anybody. This is shocking right now. Okay, Bitcoin right now up $6,405.91, up 8.4% in a matter of like less than an hour here. Okay, $82,682.51. OMG. OMG, that's all I can say. So, you know, crazy, crazy. If anybody wants to jump in here, I'm gonna go for probably another half hour. Yeah, I'm gonna be crazy and go for another half hour. We'll see if anybody comes in and jumps in here and says anything. And wow, what a turn of events. Study, study. I'm telling you, study patterns, study words, because you will jump ahead of the game. And a part of the art of the deal is to know who you're dealing with. And all of the people didn't understand who DT was or is. And it's kind of clear he's unpredictable. He will take on many things at one time, but notice the pattern of the words that he uses are not too he might use a word that is a little bit negative, but then it's comforted by these positive words. Oh yeah, 80% tariffs. And he's like, but I am kind. God, people. God. Okay, so what can you do now that Bitcoin is turning around and moving upwards? Make sure that you are in the trenches, stacking the sats very quickly, because I think some of the power will be coming back to the space. Okay, in real time here now, let's see. Okay, in real time here, we just saw there are a couple announcements coming out. Magic Eden going to bring back, or going to potentially bring in some a lot of eyeballs into the Rune space with their pickup today that they have. They've actually picked up Slingshot crypto, and they've got 8+ million tokens, every chain, Bitcoin soon, no bridges, no sexes. Going to be pretty big for the Runes eco. Okay, and I just mentioned Rune's Eco, up 23% right now. Dog, Leonidas here is pushing the dog, and so dog go to moon. I full disclosure, I don't have any of that, but that is going to be an interesting one now that all of this is coming. Now that all of man, this changed around really quickly. This changed around really quickly. And this is why you have to be ready in crypto currently. Let's take a look at what is happening over on the SRC20 side. For any of you that have Stamp, for any of you that have Kevin, let's go take a look at that. Boy, you got to be prepared when DT is out there. Okay, Stamp up 13.41%. I had mentioned that, still moving up. And by the way, Stamp has now 13,262 holders. Holders are increasing daily on that, so that's kind of looking really interesting. And for the price of lemonade today, you can still pick up Stamp 0.014%. Sorry, 0.014 cents. That would be per stamp. So that's 19.68 sats. Let's take a look at Kevin, which is the first minted token. And again, I mentioned that Stamp is going to be jumping into the pump fund model. So that should be really exciting too. Okay, Kevin is having a major red day, down 74.13% and 2,150 holders. Here's how I think Stamp Pump Fund will actually help Kevin and Stamp. A lot of times when you go to these dexes, you have to buy what is presented to you. So right now, if I wanted to pick up some Kevin and I wanted to pick up 420,000, then there's an order sitting there. But what if I just wanted to pick up 100? I'm looking at the order book. There's nothing here for just to pick up 100. With these pump fund models, you can pick up any amount of the token that you want. And that's helps the liquidity because on the dexes, we're forced to pick up per the order book. And so on the pump fund models, if you want to pick up, the equivalent of, let's say, 0.00000001 sats, you can do that. You can do that. So you could pick up so if you want to pick up, say, $5, that'd be 0.00000060 sats. But it doesn't give you that option on the order book, so that kind of sucks. So you can kind of put that on your bingo card that Stamp Pump Fund is on its way. And you know what you can do? You can probably think in the interim while we're waiting for the Stamp Pump Fund model. Think of maybe a coin that you'd like to get started, because that's the other thing. You can actually start your own tokens. So maybe you have a project that you want to do. Well, Stamp Pump Fund will be kind of a good opportunity to get that project moving if you want to set up your own token, because you can set up your own token. Once you set up your own token, you can link your token to a website. You can link your token to a Twitter page, and then you can kind of create your own token and have it on a platform that provides liquidity to it, because that's the tough part when there is no liquidity. And that's what the pump fund models do, is that they bring liquidity to the actual ecosystem. Why? Because it allows for faster trading. So if you're out there right now and you're thinking about, okay, I want to bring a project to the Bitcoin ecosystem and I'd like to do it on the railways of Stamp, well, you're going to be able to do that by incorporating your own token. So that's something to think about. Or maybe you just want to have fun and start a token. I know that I'm actually, as soon as it gets set up, I'll actually be setting up my own token. And if basically almost anything that you can do on Solana Pump Fund, you should be able to do on Stamp Pump Fund. And as far as a timeline, I can't give you a timeline yet, but it's pretty close because they've been dropping videos and they've been dropping information in the back rooms of our Telegram, and they've also been dropping information on the space itself on the X page. Okay, guys, you know what? I think we're going to wrap it up, but I want to say special thank you here to Sadie Riggs. Thank you, Top Dev. Hey, Harry Kane, I don't even know if you're listening. Thank you. For anybody that jumped in and out of the space, thank you very much. This has been Stamp, SWA, Stamp with Attitude, and I think we got a lot of attitude today. So thank you, guys. Go out there and enjoy Bitcoin, and hopefully you can come back tomorrow and I will have some really great information on Bitcoin is hope. Going to tie in the GameStop angle, and going to weave in an angle of today's events into that space tomorrow. So thanks, guys. Take care. See you again.